remember you don't know me, so act like you don't know me. And I really never been a sucker boy. Quick to up the tool and get the bustin', boy. I'm a motherfucking boss and you a customer, boy.
I used to slang a product.
I used to sell.
That the feds are not too fond of.
I used to sell.
Yes, sir. And just like that, we're back with another episode of What Life Can Be with SR.Gent. And today, we jumping into the future, man, because we got a Wisconsin company implanting microchips into the employees so they can scan throughout the building. Let's get into it.
A Wisconsin-based tech firm wants to be the first company in the U.S. to install microchips in most of its employees. 3 Square Market will provide implant devices in the hands of its workforce. Now, the chips will help employees open doors, purchase food, and log on to computers. Jamie Yukis got a first-hand look at the chips and has the story.
By next week, more than 50 3 Square Market employees will have bionic hands with a credit card chip implanted near their wrist.
You just swipe your hand.
Basically, it's a serial number that is assigned to your credit card.
The company is offering the chips, which cost about $300 a piece, to its employees for free. The owner, Todd Westby, his wife and 2 children will also be getting microchips.
Hold up. So I don't even know why the employees are doing it, but for his wife and 2 kids to be doing it as well, I don't know what he's trying to do, man. I don't know what's really going on, but that's a lot because they're not working for the company. So I don't really know why he's extending it to his family, because at the end of the day, we don't know who's tracking these chips. Maybe he does, but this is scary. If I was working at that company, I would not be getting that chip. Let's keep it going, see what else we can get.
You're not going to be tracking your employees around town to see what they're up to and what they're doing.
No, we will not. It's for entrance to the building, logging into computers, making purchases in our break room market, things of that nature.
Employees will now have 2 ways to get into the building. They can either use the traditional keypad with their ID number, or if they're microchipped, they can just use their hands and swipe. That will allow them to open the door.
Man, look, he said he's not going to be tracking the employees, and maybe he won't. But at the end of the day, the company providing this technology has access to track whatever they want. They made the chips. They have the access to the behind the scenes of the technology. So I personally don't see any kind of way where this could be good for humanity, man, with all of the big brother type watching going on. If they were able to track every movement of the humans on the planet, or even just the employees, that would be something different. And I think it would be more negative than positive. Let's keep it going, see how this plays out.
3 Square Market makes vending machines with credit card chip readers. Experts wonder if this is all a publicity stunt and worry about the loss of privacy.
You want someone knowing every time you enter or leave a room or use a copy machine. There's a degree of autonomy that's lost with this, person-to-person, one-to-one tracking. You can never leave it behind. You can't really turn it off.
I think it's a step towards the future.
But assembly line manager Eric White thinks the chips could eventually save lives.
All right, so now hearing that the company actually makes the machines that can read these chips, yeah, it sounds like maybe a market employee or something, because for them, if the world adopts this, they're in the gold. I mean, these people are Fortune 500 companies, you see what I'm saying? So that gives it a little different perspective. The company making the chips are the ones that are actually running this campaign and actually testing the chips on their employees. Or, well, not the company making the chips, but the tech firm that makes the machines that the chips interact with. That's the best way to explain it. And so it makes sense that they're behind it, that they're running this test, that they want to be the first ones to do it, because they're going to be the primary benefactor of it. Let's keep it going, see what else we get.
Somebody who's allergic to something or has a condition, they could scan your hand and all the information is there.
The technology is already being used in Europe, but the company hoping to popularize the chips here in the U.S. is far from tech hubs like Silicon Valley.
So watch out. River Falls, Wisconsin might be the next big thing.
And we're glad to be a part of it.
For more on this story, I'm joined now by Jamie Yukis in River Falls, Wisconsin. Jamie, I am of 2 minds with this technology. I guess it is convenient to a certain degree, but it's also a little creepy. I want to know, just how do they get the chip in there? And what if you change jobs? How do they get it out?
It's fascinating, right? I mean, I think that's why everybody's talking about it, because you want to know, how does this work? Well, this is how big the microchip is, Anne-Marie. Can you see this little piece of rice in my hand? That's the big part of the microchip, just that. And it gets implanted into your hand by a professional piercer that has to do it. To get it out, it's like removing a sliver, I'm told. And I don't know if you have your ears pierced or not. We were talking to Gail King at CBS this morning a little bit earlier. She said she didn't have her ears pierced, so she didn't know what the pain was like. But if you have yours pierced, then that's the pain level, I'm told, when they actually go to implant the microchip.
Yeah, I have them pierced. It happened when I was like maybe 3 years old. I clearly blocked out the memory.
So
I don't know.
remember.
I don't want to revisit it. I don't know. You know, whenever it comes to this sort of technology, though, the idea of, you know, technology being hacked or taken advantage of has to come up. Has the company expressed any concerns in regards to that sort of thing?
Well, I have to tell you, you know, we've been walking around with credit cards all the time, right, that have the little chip in it. And I was told yesterday that my credit card was compromised when I was out and about and making some charges. When I was talking to the company owners here, they actually told me that the microchips are a lot safer, that it's only speaking to and from the computers that have code written to it. So in theory, it should be a lot more secure than when you're walking around with a credit card or, say, your smartphone, even those ID cards when you go to swipe to get into the building. You don't have to carry anything. I was talking to some athletes who said this is a great idea because when you're out and you're running and you're sweating, you don't have to carry stuff around with you. You just have it right in your hand. You're able to flick your wrist, get into a door, buy some snacks maybe when you're out. And the technology could be used for so many more things. That's a lot of the employees here said, I want to go ahead and get this now because later on when you can actually put some medical information, or let's say you have allergies, they can write the code right into the microchip. And if you're taken to the hospital, let's say, they could just swipe your hand instead of having to dig through maybe your personal information or your purse or call your emergency contact. It would just be right under your skin.
All right, well, maybe they have a point there. The future is now. It's happening in River Falls, Wisconsin.
Man, that's crazy. And yeah, the future is now, man. So with that, with any technology, there's always a good and a bad side based on who's controlling it. So it is not about the technology. The technology is not controlling itself, unless we're talking about artificial intelligence, and we're not. So this is going to be left to the people that's in control of it. There could be some very good implications of people's be having their lives saved, medical records, different things, but there could also be some very nefarious implications to where they're tracking people and getting into some more of the big brother ideas of managing humans. Man, I definitely want to see the comments on this one, man. What do you guys think? Would you get the implant? That's the first thing. Would you get the implant? And then why or why not? Put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Hey, man, and just like that, we're gone. And I need that like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one, for real.
Not for nothing, I cut my heart out, left it on the right mind.